Now available in paperback and Kindle Unlimited. John Haynes, the man with nothing to lose. The man who rules the world runs into the irresistible force of a man with nothing to lose in this action-packed, all-new John Haynes series adventure. Get the regular and variant editions of John Haynes, the man with nothing to lose on Amazon.com today. The McDonald's worker who was shot over cold fries has died. Your 23-year-old Matthew Webb of Queens was allegedly shot by 20-year-old Michael Morgan after an argument with Morgan's mother over some cold French fries that were a part of her McDonald's order. Now, in the incident that took place at the Bedford-Stuyvesant McDonald's, Michael Morgan's mother allegedly came to pick up an order of McDonald's food and found that the French fries she received were cold. And after making a request to get a new order of French fries, it is alleged that Matthew Webb and the employees laughed at Morgan's mother and then proceeded to give her some hot French fries on top of the cold French fries. Now, as this was going on, your Michael Morgan's mother was allegedly FaceTiming with her, and as they were FaceTiming, he heard the argument between his mother and the employees, who told your Michael Morgan's mother allegedly that the manager wasn't available. Now, this whole argument was the thing that led to Morgan storming down to the McDonald's and looking to get into an altercation with the employees. And as he got into an altercation with your Matthew Webb and had a fight with him that went outside of the McDonald's, this is what led to your Morgan allegedly winding up shooting your Matthew Webb in the neck. And after he was shot in the neck, he wound up on life support for some time before being declared brain dead and sadly passing away. Now, when I take a further critical examination of this tragic incident, again, it definitely fits the pattern and profile for beta males that I talk about in my book, The Man Crisis. And it's clear to me that there were beta male behavior on both sides of this whole incident that took place inside of this Bedford-Stuyvesant McDonald's. Now, on the side of your Michael Morgan, it's clear to me that he was one of these extremely dysfunctional mama's boy beta males, because this mama's boy ran to protect his mother in an incident that he didn't need to go out here and get involved in. Because he saw his mother arguing with this worker at McDonald's, he got all worked up in his feelings, and it seems like your Morgan had some serious issues as related to acting impulsively, because this isn't the first time he's gone out here and acted impulsively like this. He had already been arrested and charged in a previous incident. And then after getting arrested and charged with this shooting, he wound up confessing to a murder that took place in 2020. So this Pookie has been going out here getting violent with people, and it's clear that his single mother did not do a good job of raising him, and it's clear that his single mother possibly didn't go out here and really care about this boy, because had she cared about her son, she would have tried to stop her son from acting in this very violent way. Because if a mother truly cares about her son and wants to protect him, she is going to look out for his freedom, and she's going to look out for his freedom because she wants him to have the very best in life. But it looks like to me that this mother couldn't control this boy, and because she couldn't control him, she couldn't go out here and protect him from his own dysfunctional behavior. And this is what happens when you have a single mom raising a boy. She doesn't raise a boy to become a man. She raises a boy to become a man in crisis. And it's clear that this man was one who was, a ticking time bomb who was going to explode in rage. And sadly, your Matthew Webb ran into this landmine and he wound up exploding and taking his life as he was going to go and protect his mama. It's like the late David Carroll talked about the dear mama syndrome. No matter what mama does, the beta male will go out here and try to defend mama, even if she's participating in behavior that is just completely out of control. Now, yes, the workers at McDonald's were extremely disrespectful, but as the older woman in the situation, this female should have gone out of her way to try to defuse things. One, by just leaving the restaurant and contacting corporate and then contacting her credit card company and letting both of them know the reason why she wanted to get her money back from this incident at McDonald's. That would have been the first thing that she should have done to solve the problem, because if the manager wasn't there, corporate would have wanted to know why this manager wasn't there to solve the problem as related to these insubordinate workers, and they would have solved the problem by dealing with all of this if she had learned how to navigate through her emotions instead of getting emotional and argumentative. Now, the second thing the mother should have done in this situation was defuse her son, who looks like he was possibly being coddled by this woman for so many years, for him to have a felon to go out here and participate in felonies, be back out on the street, and have a secret body hidden in his life. This mother didn't look like she was doing too good of a job raising this boy to become a man. And as this man in crisis went out here, he was looking to add another body to the one that he put in the shadow realm. And that's what happened here as related to this case. This Pookie went to the McDonald's looking for a fight with the people who argued with his mama. And as he went there looking to argue with the people who argued with his mama, he went to fight them. And this is what led to him going to get a gun from his girlfriend and then looking to send this worker, Matthew Webb, to the shadow realm. And again, all of this is due to the females in that community, the mother, the girlfriend who gave your Michael Morgan this gun. Many of the females in this situation instigated this entire incident, but nobody will hold these females accountable for their ratchet behavior as related to egging this incident on, because these females, they don't want to go out here and start stuff, but when beta males go out here and finish it, they leave beta males in a bad situation. Now, the flip side of this whole situation as related to the McDonald's worker, this also is another sign of a man in crisis. This was a sign of a man in crisis because this beta male didn't know how to go out here and think critically as related to his job. Now, I myself have had jobs in service, like being a grocery bagger at the Food Emporium, working at the circulation desk at the City College of New York Science Library, and I also did other retail jobs in receiving, and oftentimes I've had interactions with difficult customers, and the first thing you want to do is just get this person, out of your hair. You don't want to get into a back and forth with them. But it looks like to me that Matthew Webb and his co-workers weren't thinking critically, and instead of them going to solve the problem over the cold french fries, they went out here and, one, made excuses by saying the manager wasn't there, and two, they escalated things by going out here and trying to play cute games, and by going out here and putting hot french fries on top of cold. And again, that's not what a good customer service person does. No, a good customer service person, what they do is they go out here and they say, I'm sorry that the fries are cold. Let me get you some new ones. They take the old french fries and they toss them in the trash. because that's nothing to the company. And then they go get them some hot French fries and hand them to them and say, I'm sorry that the fries were cold. I'm hoping that these will be to your liking. And once they do that, they put a period at the end of things and they leave it alone. Unfortunately, in this case, because there was no manager there to lead that team, what happened was these team members started acting like juveniles, and acting juvenile was what led to an escalation of this situation with this extremely dysfunctional female who basically showed us that she cannot really lead her son, because she went out here and escalated this situation. And as she escalated this situation with these kids who thought, oh, I'm being cute, which is that they thought they were being cute and funny, not understanding that when you're on a job, you're supposed to be about business. And when you're about business, you want to make sure that the customer is happy. You give the customer exactly what they want, and then you let the customer go on about their business. Because a order of fries, and I've bought orders of fries from McDonald's, that's basically a couple of pennies for the McDonald's Corporation, but the juvenile behavior of these employees basically led to the escalation of the situation, where this Pookie came to the McDonald's, and as he came to the McDonald's, he came looking for a fight, and sadly, one of these workers at the McDonald's wound up taking a trip to the Shadow Realm, all because these kids thought that they were going to go out here and be cute and funny, but they found it no laughing matter when this Pookie came to the McDonald's to go protect his mama, and then looked to go out here and escalate things, because after he lost the fight, what happened was after he got knocked down by the 23-year-old worker, this dude went out here and got his 9mm of courage and wound up using it to take this man's life. And now this young man, who was just working at this McDonald's just to make a living, is no longer living anymore. And sadly, it's 2 lives that were destroyed. It was the life of the young McDonald's worker who got caught up in trying to play cute and then found out it wasn't funny when he was on life support, and then wound up losing his life. And his co-workers found out it wasn't funny either, because they didn't understand that when you work in fast food, you're dealing with a lot of unstable and dangerous people. And that's what happened here. They found out the hard way that you don't go out here playing cute and funny with people's food, because these people who go to McDonald's, a lot of them are poor. A lot of them are really heated and desperate, and because they feel like they have nothing to lose, they explode in rage, and they'll wind up taking your life over something as trivial as an order of French fries. But the whole thing with this whole situation is that we see, again, a young man lost his life, and another one who shouldn't have really been on the street, because he's already been arrested once for assault and had murdered somebody. He is going to now be losing his life, and he's going to a place worse than the Shadow Realm. No, he's going, if he gets convicted, he's going to be going to the penitentiary, and instead of worrying about Mama's cold fries, he's going to have to worry about Bubba and Tiny's cold hands, as they trade him back and forth for orders of ramen noodles, cans of Dr. Pepper, Oreo cookies, Fritos chips, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle pies, all sorts of commissary items. And I wonder if he'll try to get tough with Bubba and Tiny when they tell him that the only way he's going to get their cup of noodles is if it's cold. I mean, is he going to get upset when Tiny offers him half of a cup of noodles after he tenderizes that booty? Is that, I mean, because this is the final fate that happens to Pookies who will get caught up in their feelings over Mama. They go out here looking to fight to defend Mama without ever thinking about the important intangible of their freedom. And this is what this Pookie Michael Morgan wound up losing at the end of the day, because he was looking out for Dear Mama, but Dear Mama wasn't looking out for him, because if Mama truly cared about Michael Morgan, she would have told Michael to stay home, and she would have said, I got this. I don't need you to come down here. I can take care of this. Because the independent woman, she can go out here and start the fights, but then she looks for the son husband to go out here and finish them. And when the son husband goes out here and finishes them, this is how he winds up getting turned out by Bubba and Tiny. And this dude, now that he's got two bodies that he's sent to the Shadow Realm, he's going to be in the prison realm for the rest of his life, and he's going to be getting turned out by the demons of Bubba and Tiny inside of the penitentiary, and he's going to have to deal with those cold hands in the shower now that he's gone out here and taken the life of this McDonald's worker, because this is now a murder charge, and this is his second murder. So this dude is going to be going to prison for the rest of his life. And what's really troubling here is that most people look at your Michael Morgan, but they don't look at the women behind him. And the women behind him, his mama, one, was the one who instigated this incident. His girlfriend, or one of his female friends, was the one who gave him the gun. And we also need to look at these females, because it's these females inside of these gynocentric environments that lead to these beta males going out here and getting into these incidents. They egg this stuff on, they instigate these incidents, and they turn a minor situation over cold French fries into a violent altercation. And I would have to say these McDonald's workers also are equally accountable. And I would have to say that manager is also accountable as well, because if there's no manager there and you have workers working without any supervision, you get juvenile behavior like this that escalates into a violent incident. And if I'm a McDonald's franchise owner or a corporate boss, I'm looking at firing that manager for creating this situation, because all of this could have easily been resolved by just giving this woman a brand new order of French fries and sending her on her way. Unfortunately, because you have a group of beta males on both sides, you have no critical thinking, no problem solving, people acting on their impulses and their feelings, and this is what led, sadly, to a 23-year-old man, Matthew Webb, losing his life. And he lost his life, sadly, because he possibly didn't have a father to teach him critical thinking and how to solve a problem as related to a job like this. And as somebody who has worked these kind of jobs, what you do in these situations is always just give the customer what they want. If they want a new burger, give them a new burger. If they want new fries, give them some fries. It's only 2 cents out of the company's money. And I would rather take that L rather than deal with arguments, deal with fights, deal with drama. Just give them what they want, send them on their way, and keep it moving. Because when you're dealing with these types of situations, you have to understand the clientele that come to fast food restaurants, some of them are ticking time bombs. And again, you don't want this landmine to explode on you, and you don't want this landmine to explode and do harm to you or to others that are working in that restaurant. Because all those workers, again, thought it was cute when they were dealing with this mother, but they didn't understand the danger of a mama's boy. Because when it comes down to mama's boys will do everything to protect mama, and they will go as far as participating in violence to protect mama, because they think mama is God, and because they think mama is God, mama can do no wrong. It's the dear mama syndrome, and the dear mama syndrome, if you don't know all about it, can lead to a brother winding up 6 feet under, and wind up with the mama's boy going to meet Bubba and Tiny, who will go out here and treat him like a man, and he will not be able to handle that type of manhandling inside of that penitentiary. Now, if you want to learn more about the dysfunctional behaviors that beta males participate in and what leads up to them participating in that behavior, you can pick up my book, The Man Crisis, on Amazon.com in paperback and Kindle format. You can also find The Man Crisis on Smashwords, the iBookstore, and Google Play. And if you want to see me make more men's issues videos like this, you can donate to my Patreon, my PayPal, or my Cash App by clicking the links in the description box. That's all I have to say for this video. You can comment, rate, and subscribe. Now available in paperback and Kindle, Stop Simping in Cyberspace. Learn how to avoid predatory females like Instagram models and e-girls in their virtual con games with Stop Simping in Cyberspace. Get your copy of Stop Simping in Cyberspace in paperback and Kindle today.